Welcome to Hot Flashes, a podcast made from inspiration and perspiration. Each episode features 2 monologues about menopause, and I ask the writer and my friend Helena Jevons about the story behind them. We hear a lot about the negatives associated with menopause, the many detrimental symptoms, the ripple effect it has on life and relationships. But some welcome it, learn from it and accept it, something that we'll hear about in the second monologue. The first, though, is a tirade against the difficulties in getting hold of testosterone. Everyone needs testosterone. Some more than others, but getting it on a prescription for use during menopause isn't just difficult, it's an absolute battle. As Helena discovered, and so inspiring her to write 7 Equal Dabs.
Oh God, 7 Equal Dabs. The day that I got my testosterone, so I sort of fought for nearly 2 years to get tested for my testosterone levels because I thought this is what's the problem. I just intuitively knew that was what the problem was. Finally got tested, and literally the doctor called me back the next day and went, about his testosterone. Well, the thing is, you haven't really got any, and so we'd better give you some. And I'm like, great. And then he started to describe to me over the phone what I would have to do with this packet of testosterone gel. And I already had the estrogel pump.
Yes.
And so I was
Hello, does anyone know a microchemist?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I thought I thought it would be the same, right? That would seem logical. No, it's the tiny packets of silica gel that you get like in a handbag to keep it dry. That is what you get. That's a week's supply. Guessing what a 7th of it is, slapping it on your thigh, and hoping you've got it roughly right. And you have roughly measured over 7 days, not 6 days or 5 days. And and there is no product designed to dose women testosterone gel, because this is a product that is designed as a daily application for men.
Let me tell you about my adventure, because that's what it was, an epic mythical quest. But instead of a golden fleece, I was after some bloody HRT. It started at 46. The GP, a man of course, looked at me like I'd suggested I were the Queen of Sheba when I said I thought I might need hormone replacement therapy. "You're too young," he says. Too young. My periods were practically playing hide and seek. I couldn't sleep. My brain felt like mush. I was applying packs of frozen peas to cool me down. The flushes were so ragingly fierce. And I'd developed this charming habit of snapping at strangers in Tesco. But apparently I was too young. So I did what any modern desperate woman does. I Googled. 2 hours later, I was £300 lighter and sitting in a private clinic, spilling my guts to a lovely specialist who didn't tell me I was too young. Nope. She said, "You're classic perimenopause." Classic! Like a Chanel suit or a gin and tonic. Why couldn't my GP have said that? Right. So I get my HRT, start feeling a bit human again. Oh, but wait. There's more. Turns out there's a thing with testosterone. Yeah, women need it too. Who knew? Not my doctor, obviously. Took me 2 bloody years to get tested. And guess what? My levels were practically in the basement. Like, if my testosterone were a battery, I wouldn't even power a bullet vibrator. Finally, they prescribed me testosterone. Oh, but not just any testosterone. Oh, no. Testosterone for men. Packaged in these tiny little sachets. Each one meant to last a man 1 day. And I'm told, just split it into 7 equal dabs. Split it into 7 equal dabs. Are you kidding me? Have you seen the size of these things? I mean, they're smaller than a sugar stick. I've got to be like some deranged chef divvying up testosterone like I'm making a tasting menu. Oh, a dab for Monday, a smear for Tuesday, a swipe for Wednesday. By Thursday, I'm scraping the corners like it's the last bit of Nutella in the jar. And, of course, it's 2024. We've got AI writing poetry, self-driving cars, and robots performing surgery. But women, oh no, we're still DIYing our hormones like it's a school science project. Oh, and then there's the men. Oh, they've got their testosterone in pumps, gels, patches, you name it. It's like a bloody Boots catalogue. Oh, but us, tiny sachets. And do they make them for women? Nope. We're just the afterthought, as always. Like, oh, you want some testosterone? Sure, but make it last, sweetheart. You know what this is, don't you? It's sexism in sachet form. That's what it is. If men had to measure out their testosterone in microscopic dabs, there'd be riots. Parliament would be on fire. There'd be testosterone vending machines on every street corner. But no, we're women. So we just smile politely, split our sachets and get on with it. Because that's what we do, isn't it? We get on with it. Well, not anymore. I'm done being polite. I'm writing to my MP, my GP, anyone who'll listen. Because if I have to fight to feel normal, then I'm making a bloody racket while I do it. And maybe, just maybe, the next woman won't have to split her sodding hormones into 7 equal dabs.
Now, the next one is actually producer's prerogative. I combined two because they were quite similar in people's sort of realisation from the character in it. So there was 2 of them, The Mind Sneaky Reboot and Rediscovering Joy, which was about some of the positive aspects of menopause. Were you having a good day that day?
I was just trying to lean into it a bit more rather than fight it, I think. And I think it's quite interesting, isn't it? Because, 100 or 150 years ago, you didn't have any HRT, you didn't have any... How much is the extent of menopausal issues we're having now to do with diet and nutrition and all sorts of things in our modern environment? But yeah, this one was about if you do let go and if you do accept that you're probably not at the end of this going to be the same person you were before, rather than trying to stay the same person that you were before and allow menopause to take you on the journey, what is there to discover in leaning into the change, in inverted commas, rather than doing the anger and doing that? Maybe you have to go through the anger and the outrage and the, but I don't want to be older, I don't want to stop doing this.
The 7 stages of grief, isn't it?
And so this is very much the acceptance stage of, God, well, actually what I've realised now is maybe all that stuff that was the shiny big things in the world isn't what's important. Maybe the things that are important are the little moments, the putting your hands in the earth, those simple things.
Getting under a heated blanket.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, God, when I discovered heated blankets. This one here, the furry one just by us here. Oh, godsend.
I used to think I had it all figured out. My thoughts, my beliefs, the way I saw the world. But menopause has been like a sneaky little reboot for the mind, as if it's deciding to throw out the old software and install something brand new. And let me tell you, it's been revelatory in ways I never expected. For years I was the listener, the helper, the one everyone came to for advice. I'd hear their troubles, hold space for them, make sure everyone felt seen. But now, it's like I'm seeing myself for the first time too. It's like my mind's going, all right, Martha, it's your turn now. Let's take a good hard look at your life. Oh, no, it's been uncomfortable at times. I've had memories resurface, old wounds I thought I'd healed long ago, coming back up to say hello. It's like my brain's decluttering, pulling out bits and pieces I'd stashed away, thinking I'd never have to look at them again. But there they are, whispering, "You haven't dealt with this yet, have you?" So I sit with them, these old ghosts, and bit by bit, I'm finding peace. and with it, clarity. I see people in my life with fresh eyes, the ones I'd always bent over backwards for, the ones I thought I couldn't live without. And I think, maybe it's time to put myself first for once. Maybe it's okay to have boundaries, to say no, to let go of what doesn't serve me anymore. It's been like taking off a pair of foggy glasses and finally seeing what's really there. I never thought menopause would be about this. Sorting through the attic of my mind, dusting off old dreams, letting go of expectations I didn't even realise I'd carried. It's a bit like spring cleaning, really. And in the process, I'm learning to let go and make space for whatever comes next. I suppose in a way it's a blessing. It's scary. But it's also a chance to start afresh, to redefine myself on my terms. And that's something precious, something I never knew I needed. I used to think joy had to be this big thing, a holiday, a party, something grand. But now I find it in the tiniest moments, like having my first cuppa in the morning, sitting in my chair by the window, watching the world wake up, or getting my hands in the soil, planting flowers in the garden, feeling the earth between my fingers. It's a different kind of happiness, quieter, but somehow deeper. And I'll tell you, I've started doing these things just for me. I bake a batch of scones just because I fancy one. I go for walks in the woods. No rush, just me and the trees. I even bought myself a little paint set and I've started dabbling. Not that I'm any good, mind you, but it's something I enjoy. Something that's just mine. We clear the clutter as we mature, and as we clear, lay ghosts to rest. Even now we can still surprise ourselves. Maybe it's never too late to rewrite our story, to step into a new chapter with a heart that's lighter, a mind that's clearer. And for that, I'm grateful. So now it's the small moments, the little joys that bring us back to ourselves. Slowing down, taking it all in, and finding beauty in the simplest of things. 'Cause maybe that's where life's true sweetness is. Right there in the everyday.
In this episode of Hot Flashes Menopause Monologues, I talked to writer Helena Jevons about 7 Equal Dabs, performed by Natalie Chisholm, and the Mind Sneaky reboot, Rediscovering Joy, performed by Nano Nagel. The Menopause Monologues are written by Helena Jevons. For more about the books, events, and the podcast, visit hotflashes.info. Hot Flashes is produced by me, Helen Quigley, and is a Soundliness production.